this is our first podcast. This is the Xtra Mild Sauce podcast.
Yep.
Three brothers from Chicago.
Straight up.
So to my right, introduce yourself.
Yeah. What up, world? This is Aaron. They call me A-Dub, Fresh, A Ryan.
So how many people call you A-Dub?
Just y'all niggas.
Okay. You gotta make sure you said they call you that.
Well, if that's the case, more people call me Fresh. We'll roll with one of them. But, yeah.
Okay, I'm just stepping.
Yeah,
I ain't got no nicknames.
That's sucks. You gotta have an alias.
Right.
He'll build up to one, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
By the end of the podcast, he gotta have an alias.
Right. Now I'm Brandon. Everybody call me B. Red. Growing up, so we'll just go by Red. So we just wanted to come together and put together a fresh podcast, just talking about the things that we deem important. And so it'll be a lot of hip hop, a lot of politics, sports, just the things week to week that we are into. But let's just go ahead and jump into it. The first thing I think that we have to discuss is what has been going on with these UCLA players. Man.
Them clowns.
Man.
For those who don't know, so there was 3 UCLA players, probably the biggest name, LiAngelo Ball, and 2 additional players allegedly were shoplifting while in China.
I like how you doing that allegedly.
Got to.
Were allegedly shoplifting from was it the Louis Vuitton store?
Yeah.
Other high-end
something
stores like sunglasses and things of that nature. In China, shoplifting is a lot different than here. So
any communist country, really.
Yeah.
Not even just China.
Yeah, it's no slap on the wrist. That's for sure.
Yeah. So they were looking at about 10 years.
Yeah.
So they were on house arrest in the hotel, and eventually they were released. Now Trump says that he played a major part in that.
Trump say a lot of stuff.
See, now that's where I'm torn at, because how much do you think Trump actually contributed to those guys getting out?
It's kind of hard to say. He was there, so I wouldn't not say that he didn't contribute. I'm almost positive the man made a call or said something. But how much did he actually contribute to that? I don't know.
But him being the president, can you leave a country and leave citizens there? Highly profile basketball team.
Of course. Is it right? No. But if any president would have did it, this would have been the one that I would have thought to do it.
Okay, I give you that.
This would have been the one that I would have thought would have.
But politically, he couldn't leave those cats over there.
I dig it. But politically, it's a lot of things that he couldn't do or shouldn't do, and he's done. So, the biggest thing for me is, what the hell made them think they was gonna get away with it? It's like, yo, dog. First of all, you're in China. You're black. You already stick out like a sore thumb. You're 6'8", 6'9", something like that. Average Chinaman is like what, 5'8"?
If that, 5'3".
That's what I'm saying. It's like, dog, how did you think you was gonna get away with stealing anything? It's like, come on, dog. Like,
and they put the guys out that they're young. Yo, in America, it don't matter what age you're, at least if you're over 12, you can't go to Russia, China, Korea,
Cuba, none of that.
Yeah, and clown out.
It's not flying. It's not gonna fly. So what made them think that not only they could do it, but then the fact that they thought they was gonna get away with it, that's the part that baffles me the most. It made them look super bad because, first of all, you're in China for a reason. And you got to understand that you there representing your whole country. And I know they're young, so they didn't think of it in that magnitude. But when you representing yourself the way that they are, they got to start to think like that. And if you 18, 19 years old, I think you got to be cognizant of that at that point. You don't got no excuse to just be out there wilding.
And they got the speech getting off the bus.
Right.
You got to get the speech. Don't come over here acting crazy. Don't come over here doing something you're not supposed to do. And the main thing, one of the dudes that got caught is going to be a ball. Your brother's in the NBA.
Yeah. You got a TV show.
You got Lamborghinis.
Like,
why you stealing from Louis?
That's what I'm saying. Your face is already plastered all over everywhere. You might be the most least known ball as of right now, but I mean, in any
that's
event,
bogus. The least known, but I get what you're saying.
But like, okay, at age 18, 19, do you not make some dumb mistakes?
I wasn't making that mistake.
Absolutely. Of course, it's things that I did at 18 and 19 that affected me for a long time. But it's no way that I would have done. I don't want to go that far. Maybe I would have did something stupid like that. But not when you got
hit up a train. You ain't going to Louis.
Yeah,
Barney's.
So it's like, okay, like the fact that you said hit up a train, that bring up a good thing. So like I did a lot of graffiti. I was tagging back when I was younger. So stupid stuff like that. Yeah. But when you're talking about how you're representing your basketball team, you're representing your country, you're representing your family outside of your country, I wouldn't have pulled no dumb stuff like that.
No, you can't.
You got too many eyes on you, dog. You famous too, nigga. You are famous. At this point, you gotta understand that you famous. If you're a ball.
So if it was anybody other than Jello, I'd be like, okay, I can understand it.
Nah, because you still UCLA.
But yeah, you UCLA now. You ain't always been UCLA.
That's true. Oh, okay. So you saying just because of where you come from, where you used to be. Okay, I dig that. I dig that. So if you got a scholarship to hoop at UCLA, but you've been stealing your whole life, I guess you can't.
UCLA ain't gonna stop you from stealing.
I dig it. I guess that's John Starks. That was John Starks before he got on.
So on top of that, Pop's ball.
Yeah, so I was going to get into that. So, obviously LeVar spoke with Trump.
Allegedly.
Yeah, toss that back out.
Allegedly.
He said that he spoke with Trump.
Allegedly.
Trump acknowledges it.
Yeah, and he retweeted. Yeah, so I guess, I'm with it.
So they did speak. And then, so Trump, have you guys seen the tweets from today?
Yeah, I got the quote. Man, you got the quote? I got the quote.
Okay.
So this is what my man, my president.
Your man.
Your president.
You don't know who listening. You don't know who listening.
Right, they already came in.
So this is a Trump. This is a quote from Trump. Trump goes, now that the 3 basketball players are out of China and saved from years in jail, LeVar Ball, father of LiAngelo, is unaccepting of what I did for his son, and that shoplifting is no big deal. I should have left them in jail.
Why do you have to be that guy? Why do you have to be that guy that is like, yo, I did something good?
Read the other tweet.
I gotta find it.
Read the other tweet.
Why be that guy that says, okay, I did something good, and then you want everybody else to acknowledge you're doing something good? If you did something good, and you did.
That's a
something
syndrome, man.
It's like, yo, okay, so you just helped out these 3 Americans who you are the face of. You're the face of America. You just helped out your people, right? So if you're gonna scold them, then do it on your own time. Or you could have gave them that speech while you was over there, like, yo, y'all gotta represent yourself better, whatever. Why come back home and blast it all over?
So here's the second quote from our president. Shoplifting is a very big deal in China, as it should be, 5 to 10 years in jail. But not to Father LeVar. Should have gotten his son out during my next trip to China instead. China told them they were released. Very ungrateful. So that's his last tweet on that. So he had 2 tweets.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the big thing here that really shocked me, I was surprised at the way in which LeVar downplayed whatever Trump did.
Yeah.
And then I'm also shocked. Well, I guess I'm not shocked by anything that Trump does at this point. Because anytime his name is mentioned in anything, that becomes that supersedes anything that he needs to do as a president. Like, Flint still doesn't have clean water, but he cares about LiAngelo Ball and LeVar Ball talking about that.
Yeah.
And so I know that this has become a lot bigger deal than what it needed to be.
Definitely.
Based off of that.
Definitely.
But I really don't think as a president we should be tweeting or acknowledging what he did for a citizen of this country. Like, this is what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. When you think about the magnitude of all of the other things that you need to be focused on. Not saying that this wasn't big, because it's big for them. When you're talking about 5 to 10 years of these teenagers' lives, I'm not saying that this isn't big. But when you're talking about on a much more political scale and the feuding that we have back and forth with Korea going on, this is small. This is very minute. For them, they still like glasses, right? Some glasses.
Right.
It's like over some glasses. Come on, dog. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I ain't trying to downplay it being a big deal. Anytime you're talking about 5 to 10 in another country,
it's huge.
It's ridiculous.
It's huge.
But it's not big enough for you to tweet about it. As the president of the United States, and to be like, y'all should be more grateful that I got you out of jail. Come on, dog.
Right. So that also leads me to penalties for these 3 kids, these 3 UCLA students. What should that look like?
Now, Brandon, you taught me off the ledge. Because I was saying 4-year suspension, if not expulsion. But once I started listening to the other pundits, the ESPNs, it kind of calmed me down. So I'm on a 10 game.
10 games.
10 games, I'm cool with 10.
I'm cool with 10.
I'm cool with 10.
Here's the reason why it would have never been a full game suspension. The same reason why we talked about it earlier. He's a ball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's going to put butts in the seats for UCLA. And his dad is going to put butts in the seats just for the way that he talks. There's no way you're going to have that kid. I mean, no disrespect to the other 2 kids, but you're not going to garner as much attention as LiAngelo is. You're just not.
Not right now.
Right, unless they come out and start balling.
Yeah.
There's no way that he was going to... I don't think he does more than 10. 10 max. But there's no way he was going to get a full season just because UCLA going to lose too much money that way.
You know, I wouldn't even been mad if they sat him till after Christmas.
So just at this point, just to make sure everybody's clear, they're suspended indefinitely.
Yeah.
They haven't determined the exact amount of games, which I think is best. We'll let the shock value die down a little bit before you make a final decision. Also, you'll be able to assess the kids and see, are they truly remorseful for what happened. If not, right, they can stay out the whole year.
Yeah, the press conference seemed genuine. Did y'all watch the press conference?
I mean, except for we want to thank the president, but
to me it was I gotta read.
He tweeted like, y'all didn't thank me.
I don't like reading, but thanks to my family. It was a traditional I'm sorry.
Somebody else wrote it, but I guess to me it sounded genuine when it came off. So I mean, and then again, we still got to keep in the mind frame that these is kids. I know that you got to treat them as adults, and they got a lot of responsibility being heaped upon them, which they should. I mean, when you going off to college, and especially when you're playing on a scholarship, you're supposed to know how to conduct yourself. So it's no reason that they should have did what they did. That we already know. But the fact that, to me, they still came off like it was rather genuine. I don't think they're doing more than 10 games.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
They should. Yeah, I don't think they should. Yeah. Okay. Well, so we'll see how it plays out. Some of the stuff is still fresh. Like Trump was just tweeting a few hours ago. Not even 2 hours ago.
He gonna say something again.
So
that's
in his nature.
Right. I think that the first game that LiAngelo plays, he'll have something to say.
Especially if you go off.
Right. Well, I don't think that'll happen.
I'm the reason why he's in the NBA.
He said, so you don't think that'll happen? You don't think LiAngelo is going off? That's what you think.
I mean, I've assessed these kids since they were all like 13, 14. Like, LiAngelo, at this stage, he's not going to go off in a Pac-12 game for 30 points or anything of that nature. He might give you 60.
That's a different type of going off. Okay, yeah, that's me. That's going off.
Okay.
When you think about the talent that he got around him, if he gets 16 to 18, that's going off for Jello.
Because I think
Hands, yes. Shout out to Jalen Hands.
Right. Hands is a one and done.
If we get a top 5 pick, and I say we, extra mile sauce. This is Chicago talking. We get a top 5 pick.
I'm not included in that.
You're not included. Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
Not included in these.
You're not included in the week.
I took 5 bar pack.
All right, so when we get you a 6-piece fried hard, you don't get no mild sauce. You don't get no mild. You might not even get lemon pepper.
Yeah.
I forgot you a Lakers
I gotta
fan.
support them. I'm a Bucks fan, bro.
But now he a Bucks.
He's converted Bucks fan.
Jabari, I'm just celebrating Chicago.
I'm with it. Okay. All right, you get the sauce back. He got the sauce back. All
right. Moving on. Let's move into Jerry Jones and Roger Goodell.
Yeah,
that has a lot of layers to it.
It definitely
a lot of layers to it.
So Roger Goodell is up for extension.
Yeah,
which it looked like most owners are interested in moving forward with.
As they should be. He made all of them rich.
Wait. Oh yeah. Okay. I thought you was on his side. Okay.
No.
Jerry Jones has come out and is looking to file a lawsuit and utilize his muscle to stop that from happening. Now we know that Roger Goodell has had a very controversial tenure over this league. If we go through just contract talk, CTE, working outside of the Constitution, and
CTE probably being the biggest one.
Right,
but yeah, definitely.
The government to make decisions that supersede the law for the league. There's a number of things he's done, and I think also as we talk about like the next collective bargaining agreement, I don't think many people are looking forward to that, especially with Goodell at the helm. So,
but why now? Why not you looking forward to it now?
So I think so as we get into Jerry Jones throwing his muscle into this, I think that there's a very big he has the most to lose in one area, and that's Ezekiel Elliott.
Of course,
that's where it stems from, because all the owners okayed the extension at the beginning of the year, during the off season rather.
Yeah, and so I saw something the other day on the crawler just about Jerry Jones had said this before the season started, that if he goes after Zeke, that he's going to go after him with everything that he has, which I totally think this is his true motive. When they were taking a knee and all of those things, Jerry Jones was saying, backing Trump and all of those things. So I really think that Jerry Jones is part of the good old boy network, as my pops would always say.
He is the good old boy.
He is the good old boy network.
Shout out to Pops, man. Talk that talk. That's black and white right now.
Right. So, he's making a lot of money off these young black brothers, and now that something's going to stop his money, we have probably one of the best blocking / running / receiving running back in the league, not playing for 6 games.
Yeah, we'll call it all around.
Right?
All
around
back.
Right? Not playing for 6 games, and you're in a playoff race.
Yeah. In a tight division.
Right. So we know how much money he'll miss if they don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right? And I really think that that's his true motive. But what do you think should happen with this? Do you think the owner should back Jerry in this? Do you think that because of his intent or what he's going after and the reasons why that people won't? Like, what do you think the next step should be?
But we
I'm not
don't really
backing Jerry.
We don't really know what Jerry's intent is, though, because
we do.
We know us people, the sports fans, know it's the Ezekiel.
Right.
The court of law found him cool, but the NFL is still pursuing, right?
Right.
So now Roger Goodell wants this $50 million deal a year, private jet, and life insurance for life. Private jet for life, life insurance for life. So Jerry's like, no, I'm not going. But why aren't you going when you were going before?
Right.
Exactly.
He made 44.
That's
last year.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, look, I'm not big on a lot of things that Roger Goodell does, but if you're talking to me in the standpoint of an owner, I'm backing him, because first of all, he's not his stance hasn't changed. Talking about Roger Goodell, his stance hasn't changed since they came down on him with the whole the way that they changed the suspension with the allegations with Ray Rice and all of that. He's been pretty consistent since then, right? And he's made all 32 of these cats a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
So now, just because Jerry Jones is in an unfavorable spot, and all of a sudden he's trying to get the rest of them to go against Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell's really helped you out. If you still talking about in the standpoint of the owner, not talking about Jerry. Of course, he's helped Jerry too. But if I'm an owner, I'm not siding with Jerry just because of this. He went at Robert Kraft just as hard.
True. So what do you say reports that in the last 10 years, Goodell made $212 million. $212 million as a commissioner.
I'm surprised it ain't higher. When you think about how much money that the NFL garners, I'm surprised it ain't higher.
And just picture, David Stearns, his peak was 20.
Yeah.
Manfred
Yeah.
is 10 mil.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous numbers. But then you're talking about the most popular sport
You're right.
in America.
You're absolutely right.
Nobody indulges in sports more than Americans. And baseball is America's pastime, but football
It's football now.
Football
It's football
has
now.
been the front runner
Yeah.
for decades. You could easily say since the 90s. Even
Maybe before that.
baseball was still pretty heavy in the 90s, but it's clear cut and dry. You could say at least for the last 10, 15, maybe 20 years, football has easily been bringing in the most money. So the 212 sounds ridiculous, especially how you just stacked it up against all of the other commissioners. But at the end of the day, I'm still not surprised. I'm surprised it's not a little more with how much money it brings in. But then on the other end of that, that's exactly why I don't turn against them if I'm another owner. I understand why Jerry fighting his fight. He ain't won a championship in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And he got a running back that he think he could do it with now.
This your stud that can do it.
Yeah. This is a dick swinging contest.
Yeah.
That's all this is.
But
Pause.
at the end of the day, thank you for that.
That's what this is between Jerry and Roger Goodell. That's all this is.
But at the end of the day, the extension is going to get signed.
It is.
Jerry's going to be upset. He may get 2 or 3 other owners. Then they're going to vote again, and it's going to be unanimous.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much him being upset over Ezekiel because he was riding with him before when we were talking about the flag in LA.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They wild for that, but it's not going to end in Jerry's favor. I don't see.
No, it won't. And Zeke is out now, right? He missed last weekend.
Yeah,
he's out
this week. So
they got a big game. Tomorrow? Tomorrow they got the Eagles.
Oh, right.
Eagles tomorrow.
I forgot about that.
So the emergency stays and all that they were doing.
Yep.
Yeah, all of that's over with. He didn't play all of his cards.
Yep.
Time to
It's nothing you
fight
can do.
these 6 games and that's
Right. Okay. Moving on. So let's get into some NBA.
Yes.
So I just want to talk through who's your early season MVP
As of right now.
as of right now.
Early season MVP.
It's about 4 or 5 cats that's all in the same vein. No one is like running away with it. Not even LeBron.
Nah, and he hooping, but he's hooping, but his team ain't winning.
He's hooping by necessity.
So he's not. He ain't top 5.
You have to pick one.
Just one?
You have to make the case for
I got
your
2.
one. For your one.
You know, Dub, you're gonna say something. I'm gonna agree with you, man.
Well, okay. So if I have to pick one, I'm going with James Harden over Giannis. Giannis would have been my other one. 2 reasons I go with James Harden is because he just got CP3 back. He only had him for 2 games, and he's balling out. Second, he's doing it in the West against top-tier talent. Giannis is hooping over there. I really wanted to pick him. Them is my 2 guys. Giannis is really playing well. He got Milwaukee looking really good. But I'm going with James Harden just because of the efficiency that he's playing with. He's still distributing the ball, and he did it without Chris Paul. Even though Chris just came back, he just played his first game back. So what? Chris Paul got 2 games under his belt.
Either 1 or 2.
Yeah. So I mean,
Milwaukee right now is 8-7.
Yeah. They're around 500.
I can't rock with Giannis and you 8-7.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
So then James it is.
So he just said who was yours?
I'm not mad at James. I'm not mad at James, but I'm gonna go status quo. I'm gonna go chalk LeBron and
What?
LeBron and
You just talked about.
But let me tell you
about 8 and 7, but then you go LeBron.
Let me tell you why LeBron though. You may not know. I know you know. I can't stand LeBron. Can't stand.
Not really. No. You really like LeBron, and you try to.
I don't like LeBron at all.
Guy.
Yeah.
I don't like LeBron. Wherever you at, if you listening,
The closet is cracked open now.
if you
There's
listening to
something
LeBron,
talking
I love you listening. But LeBron has that thing where I want to like him, but then he does something that I can't rock with. For example,
What does this have to do with the MVP?
we just spent we just spent it that way.
I just want to.
We just spent it that way. So what he did? So what's the rookie from New York?
Frank
Nicka Clinkus.
Yeah. Frank. We just gonna call him Frank. Frank Nitty.
That's neither here nor
Call
there.
him Frank Nitty.
So we'll say I say LeBron, but my front runner right now, if it was given out today, it would be Harden.
There
It
we
would be
go.
James Harden.
I'm going in a whole different direction.
Of course.
Kyrie
Kyrie Irving. I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that at all.
I'm not mad at Kyrie.
I'm not mad at
I don't even think it's up for discussion.
It's your. I agree.
If we did it today,
I'm still.
So why didn't we say Kyrie's
I'm
name
gonna
though?
just say I'm a diehard James Harden fan. But James Harden did this last year. James Harden did this last year with less.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
But I wanted to reward Russell Westbrook for triple doubles in a losing.
Russell
season.
clowned out, man.
Come
I'm
on,
sorry.
man. Don't.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm trying to keep
Barely
this clean.
making
You
a
almost made
point,
me
like-
cuss. You almost made me cuss. Don't act like
But I
Russ
reward
didn't
winning.
deserve that MVP.
He did.
Oh my God.
Winning. I reward winning.
And he
also,
won.
He
Like,
won.
So I just want to talk about
He ain't win the whole thing,
What?
but he.
Russell won.
You talking about winning with
what was the
less?
season record? What was the Thunder's record?
They was
up
above
top,
500.
It was about
Barely.
10-5 maybe.
Barely.
But that's cool. That's cool. I mean, my thing is this: he didn't have the weapons that James Harden
All
had.
Harden had was shooters. All
Exactly,
Harden
he ain't
was
had that.
shooters.
So my thing is this: if you
He played
surrounded
what
with a
he
team,
had.
okay, but look, if Russ was surrounded with a team of people who really still couldn't shoot, but he was still averaging double-digit assists, MVP it is.
Okay, so let me get to Kyrie.
Yeah, go back to
I
Kyrie.
want to talk this.
Yeah.
around.
Kyrie should have been the first name out of everybody's mouth.
No,
Just should
Kyrie.
have.
no,
Kyrie.
I like Kyrie. Kyrie is
Kyrie has a team full of role players right now.
no.
Well, who's the other superstar?
So
Who's the other superstar?
I'm not saying that they superstars,
Who's
but
the other superstar?
I'm not saying that they're superstars, but Al Horford is a perennial all-star.
Great player, all-star.
But he's not so then he's not a role player.
Okay,
And here's another thing.
So we have a good player.
Okay.
Because is he all-star caliber right now, or last year?
Yes, especially in the East now. Especially in the
way
East.
he's playing
Horford,
right
Al
now.
Horford, yes.
The way he's
Especially in the
playing
East.
right now.
He don't make the playoffs in the
way
East
he's
now.
playing right now. And
With
he's
Paul
missed.
George
And
leaving,
he's
with
missed
Carmelo
how many-
Anthony leaving,
and
he
how
don't
many
make the
games did
All-Star
he
game.
miss?
That's the fault.
And how many games did he miss?
This
Already
year?
this season.
Oh yeah, he missed like 4 or 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he missed 4 or 5 of those. We haven't had Gordon Hayward. We had Gordon Hayward for all of 6 minutes,
True.
and we didn't have Horford for already a third of the season
Yeah,
so far.
I like Kyrie.
We've won 14 straight games with just Kyrie or
Kyrie is hooping.
and playing.
I'm not taking nothing away
Kyrie's
from Kyrie.
That's the thing that's
Kyrie's
surprising.
rated
His
6th in
defense has been serious.
It
He
has, and
averages
it's
how much a night?
because he's always been a.
I'm mad. I didn't think of Kyrie. I'm sorry for Boston,
so he's
man.
facilitated. He's played his role every night.
Yeah.
And the fourth one, he needs to go get buckets. He goes and gets buckets.
I give him that.
He's gotten everyone involved and facilitated all year. He plays off the ball when need be. He plays on the ball when need be.
And you got a reward. You can't 14-2. What? 15-2.
He lost first
15
2 games.
Yeah.
They
Lost
won
the-
15 straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost the first 2 games of the season. They haven't lost since. Them and the Saints.
That Saints coming, man.
Okay, but they in the East.
But what does that mean? Because they played Western Conference teams in this.
They have.
So
But how
who have
many?
they beat?
I'm pulling up the
Okay.
schedule as we talk.
Because I mean, we beat
it's
the Warriors.
yeah, but
So the 2 losses are the Cavs and the Bucks.
yeah.
They beat everybody else.
Yep.
So they
Who else did they play? The Spurs.
did play the Spurs,
The Heat.
the Spurs, the Heat, the Thunder,
The Thunder.
and then they beat the Magic, the Hawks, the Lakers, the
Magic.
Hornets, the Raptors is pretty good,
Yeah.
the Nets, the Hawks.
And
I like Kyrie. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying that I'm still rolling
funniest
James
thing is
Harden.
last year, I'm talking this Harden talk. Nobody wants to talk this Harden talk with me.
No,
Now
I did-
everybody-
no.
Harden is this.
I was always with you with Harden. I said, look, Harden picked the absolute worst time to play his best basketball just because he was still getting outdone, in my opinion, by Russell Westbrook.
True.
Okay.
That is a he put up historic numbers.
CP
Any other year, Harden runs away with MVP.
CP comes
No
back
question.
and averages the same stat line this year that he's averaged the last 3 or 4 years in LA. Does Harden win that?
If CP3 comes back and does what CP3 type numbers,
And Harden keep doing what he doing.
and what
That's MVP.
Harden drops off in what, assists?
Assists,
That's what.
a little bit of scoring,
If CP3 comes back and he's given, let's just say 14 and 8.
and they get a 2
Look what he
seed.
did last.
14 and 8. No, I don't give it to
Seed
Harden.
in the West.
I don't give it to Harden if he's 14 and 8.
No, I'm saying so they get a 2 seed in the West.
Okay.
Obviously the Warriors, and Kyrie continues on this path, and they get a 1. And they get a 1 seed.
No.
Who do you give it to?
At this point, it's Kyrie's to lose.
Man.
Because I foresee Kyrie balling like this. He has to. All year.
Kyrie bet on himself and went did what he
He
said.
did.
Yep.
Hey, and that's what I'm saying. I think he is snapping.
I just want
right
to
now.
acknowledge that
He did.
Brad
He-
Stevens is the best coach in the NBA.
No.
He felt this way since he got.
And the
I don't
team-
care what
You've
nobody
been
else
saying
thinks.
this. You've
And
been
just think
saying
about
for 3 years.
The team
You have
is
been saying
built.
this.
For
I
3
give you that.
years.
The team is built for Kyrie. Even though you
It
lose
is.
Gordon, Tatum plugs in
Very
nicely in that position.
Let me ask you a question.
Jaylen Brown.
That's what I was going to bring up.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I just want to talk MVP.
Okay.
All right, Kyrie. I'm going Kyrie. Right now, as of today, November 19th, Kyrie.
Somebody get this.
Subject to
pancake.
change, but right
Somebody
now,
get this-
Kyrie.
He just flipped.
I did
his
flip.
MVP.
I did not think Boston.
Appreciate you.
I did not think.
You
because
make
think
a,
about
you
it.
make a compelling argument.
But even
So
to this
Kyrie-
day, how often do you think of the East with ballers?
you don't.
You don't. You think of the
It's
West.
rare. Yeah,
Because
that's
the
true.
West is what's balling right now. At any given moment, if Washington's record was better, you could say Wall. So,
He's been up and down this year, but John Wall is
That's why
my
I can't
man.
shoot with consistency,
It's
especially
not-
on the road.
That's
You don't
true.
get gang signed John Wall. If he's not
ESPN
out.
gang sign Wall.
You can't.
Blood
You
gang
don't get
J.
Blood gang.
Blood gang J.
I know I sent the text message in the group chat. You don't get gang signed John Wall away in a tough situation.
No.
Hey man,
At home,
everybody get a little better. You got home cooked.
He's the
you got
only
home cooked
superstar
meal.
that
You
I
probably
that
got
I
a
think is
shorty
like a
laying
role
up in
player.
a DC hotel
Role
room.
players always
I would
play
do
well
better
at home.
Yeah, that's true.
John Wall is the only superstar that I feel like he has a role player mindset. On the road, he's not as
That's
good as he is at
disrespectful.
home.
A
I
role
know
player
it is.
mindset?
And I'm a John Wall fan.
I can't go there. I won't go that
so,
far.
so okay.
That
so
hurt.
I just want to tell you, after you call out Lonzo Ball, who is having an epically terrible year this year,
Yeah.
and what did you go for?
He went, what did he get? 18?
And a lot of those points were scored late in game. But after you did all this talking all week, I thought Lonzo was barbecue chicken.
I mean,
I was
first
scared
of
for
all,
my man.
let's put it back into perspective, though.
They really
John
looked
didn't.
equal.
John, no, equal.
That's
Stop.
not
First of all,
That's blasphemous, man.
First of all, John didn't start it off. John Wall didn't start it off. His boy did. Marcin Gortat is the one who said he
No.
gonna make it tough.
John Wall made a comment first, and then Marcin backed it.
First of all, if you pull up the stats, John Wall shot bad.
He
but
eventually
didn't play
put it.
bad.
Beal carried them. Beal is a superstar on the Wizards.
Alright, change
At this
subjects. You're not finna keep.
Yeah,
on
you just talking
disrespecting.
now, man.
You're not
Close
gonna keep on
this. What's next?
next? You're not gonna keep disrespecting Blood Gang J. Shout out to
We're gonna
Blood.
go look at the numbers.
Go look at
the
them.
numbers.
Okay, I'm not saying
but I'm taking Brad Beal. Brad Beal over John Wall right now, man. And I'm a diehard John Wall fan. And I
Man.
used to hate Bradley Beal.
Bradley
But my
Beal
man,
is super dope.
I'm just gonna say, as he's continued to improve his skill set and the ability to create his own jumper,
Yeah.
because at some points he's not getting the ball from Wall in the same space he was getting it last year.
This is true.
Wall, I will say, you want to stop?
No, keep going.
Wall, I would say, has done a lot better job of facilitating over the past 2 or 3 years than I ever thought he would do.
I agree.
He turned
with
into
that.
a true point guard. I'm also gonna say, as this season has progressed, Russell Westbrook is turning into a true point guard.
Thank you.
Russ
got some love finally.
I know I've been a
You've been on his back
critical
with a lot of things,
of
as you
Russell
should
Westbrook.
be at points in time.
But I will say this: when he stopped trying to play for triple doubles this season, they started getting W's.
That's true. And
5
here's the
assist
thing, I
nights,
think-
he got W's because he made the right
I
pass.
don't
Not
think
that
it
I
was
want to
just-
assist for my numbers.
You right on that. But I don't think it was him trying to get a triple-double. I think they was still trying to find their identity. They was trying to get the chemistry right. I think they was trying to force Paul George into things. They was trying to force ways of implementing Paul George. And they just need to let Paul game come to him. If anybody knows how to play off the ball, when you talk about the Thunder's biggest three, I think Paul George plays off the ball better than Russ or Melo. And as they continue to do that more, they will still continue to. They're going to keep getting better. They still ain't got all of the kinks worked out.
No, I don't. I think they're gonna struggle
The whole year?
Yes.
Mm.
I think they'll get to. It'll be the All-Star break before they find chemistry. Reason being is you're asking 3 ball dominant guys to all learn how to play together, which is
But they
tough.
all capable.
But they're all capable. Paul George is going to have the biggest or the toughest time, I think, all season. I think you have to play Paul George big minutes with the second unit for him to be able to get the buckets and get in the flow of the game in the way in which he used to do in Indiana. I think one of the things I've noticed about him over the years is when I really look at him and Granger when they played together.
Yeah. Danny Granger.
Yeah.
I ain't heard that name in a minute.
But when him and Granger played together, the reason why Paul George couldn't shine is because he needed the ball in his hands and Granger was touching that ball too frequently. They were playing through Granger, and Paul George, when they would play through him with that second unit, he would play well. So eventually Bird made the decision to, okay, we're going to have to get rid of Granger to let Paul George develop into the superstar that he truly is. And that's what we got, the Paul George that we know today.
I see that.
But when I look at right now, with this team, he's going to suffer the most all season. He's not the best catch and shoot player. He's not the best 1-2 dribble, create space and get the right shot up. Melo is, a lot of people want to call him a gun, but he is extremely efficient.
Yeah, Melo's the ultimate scorer though. So I feel you could plug Melo in anywhere and he can fit. And when I say anywhere, I'm not talking about position. I'm talking about team.
Yeah.
You can plug Melo into any team because everybody needs a guy who can score. Melo can score off the dribble. Melo can score from anywhere. He can score from any position, meaning back to the basket, triple threat, driving. Melo got all of the moves.
Yeah.
Lost a step or not, I don't care. It don't matter. Melo can score anywhere. So Melo, I think, has the best ability to adapt. Russ gonna always have the ball in his hands just because he's the point.
But Ross causes problems in the last 3 minutes of games.
Last year, okay. But
This year,
he
too.
hasn't done. It's not
too.
as much. It's not as much. In the beginning,
It's still just as bad.
Nah, B.
Well, let me say this.
It's still bad.
It's still bad.
Still bad.
The
It's
shot
getting a
selection
little bit
has got
better.
a lot better.
So if we look at, what was it, 2 nights ago?
Yeah.
They were down 3.
Yeah.
He threw the ball at the basket and fell down because he had to get the last shot. But after he missed, someone else missed, Melo went and got the ball. And his toe touched the line. He didn't tie the game.
Yeah.
But he hit the big shot.
He did.
Melo was clutch. You gotta play through Melo.
Well,
You gotta play through Melo. Like in those late game situations, you have to play through Melo. It should be Melo in the high post and let him cook. I know Russell Westbrook, his ego won't allow.
I'm about to
that.
say that's not gonna happen.
But I think you have to put Melo in the high post and let him cook. If Melo is 1 for 19 that night, put him in the high post and let him cook because it's gonna turn it on. He's clutch.
I will not disagree with any of that. I think if you talk about just pure scoring, I still think he is the best pure scorer in the NBA. I don't think there's maybe Kyrie, but I still give it to Melo. because Kyrie can't get in the post like Melo can, obviously. But you just talk about pure scoring. Melo is still the best pure scorer in the NBA.
I totally agree. But I think that's the issue. I think that's why we won't have Russell Westbrook isn't going to allow that at all times. He's learning how to play point guard, but still at the end of the games, it's like, I want to be the man. He turns into Carlton Banks that one episode of Fresh Prince. He turns into Carlton Banks like he can't let Will be the hero. He can't let Melo be the hero. He can't let PG be the hero.
That's a good analogy. I'm with you on that. He had his moments like that.
Yeah. So I'm taking Melo in that situation, but MVP we decided Kyrie. Okay, so let's move on. Other things. Rookie of the year. What we have as Rookie of the year? We'll start off with Steph.
Rookie of the year.
I think it's a no-brainer.
I think it is too.
Rookie of the year. Is he really a rookie?
He is.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons.
Okay.
We just moving on.
So I'm about to say, can we?
Hey, that boy been balling.
Ben Simmons.
He need to get a jumper.
He is out
he
here.
He needs to
cooking.
get a jumper.
Does he?
Yeah.
He needs a jumper.
Does he?
Yeah.
Wait, now, okay.
Badly.
So yes, he does need a jumper. There's nobody unless you 7 feet tall.
Just picture his same skill set.
If he
and
had
he get a
mid-range.
Danny, just a Danny Granger jumper.
That's what I'm saying. Mid range. I would much rather. I don't think he needs to stretch the floor out that much. I don't think he needs to be 22 feet away from the basket. I think he's.
This is what Tony Kukoc could have been if he was more athletic.
Yeah,
Good
because he had the passing down.
That's
pat.
good.
That is really.
Yeah.
B, that's 2 for 2 with the analogies.
Yeah.
I like that. Alright, yeah, so I guess we can move on. Ben Simmons
Ben
is
Simmons.
early rookie of the year. But Lowry Markkinen, it's Chicago.
He's balling.
That dude is, he's definitely,
He's
he definitely turned me into a believer because I was not high on him. I knew he could hoop. It was never a thing that I didn't think he was talented. I just felt like it was other guys out there who we could have got. I felt like we needed a guard. Malik Monk was on the board. Dennis Smith Jr. was on the board. And I was like, why did we just go get this dude?
I wasn't mad at the pick, but I wasn't sure if Lowry could have, if he could have translated NBA.
Yeah.
That I was leery of that. Very, very leery.
He definitely.
But he's showing right now. He's probably the third best rookie behind Simmons and Kuzma maybe.
Yeah, Kuzma balling. Man.
Kuzma over there hooping. He definitely
Kuzma
outshining Lonzo.
Kuzma over Lowry.
It has to be those three.
I don't.
Simmons, Kuzma, Lowry.
I don't know, cause look, Kuzma ain't as efficient as Lowry.
Kuzma starting 3 games ago, and he's giving you that stat line off the bench. Very similar teams.
I dig.
Very similar
That's true.
teams.
If Lowry had his aggressiveness,
yeah.
My thing is, Lowry is more. He's shooting better and he's rebounding more.
but he's confined to a whack Fred Hoiberg system.
Right. Imagine if they actually started to run plays for him.
Their offense is four guys around the perimeter, Brook in the middle.
LA runs plays for Kuzma.
Absolutely.
I've yet to see them run a play. Well, I ain't gonna say yet to, but they very seldomly run plays for Lowry Markkinen.
They gonna run the next set for him.
They better.
They've been running them tonight. So he gets his touches.
He does.
In optimal spots too.
You know what I want to get love for Rookie of the Year though? I know he's not going to win it, and I'm surprised he's balling like this in the NBA. Homeboy from Denver, Murray.
Yeah,
Murray is balling.
DeJounte Murray.
Jamal.
No. The light skinned dude.
Ain't this Jamal Murray from Kentucky?
He's a second-year player.
He's a second. He must didn't do nothing last year because I thought this kid was a rookie this year.
Yeah,
he's balling.
He's the. You got that league pass now. Huh?
Yeah,
man.
He said he got league pass.
I don't know nothing about Denver. I'm like, this dude got to be a rookie, but I remember him with Kentucky because he was like the lone senior or something on the squad, something like that.
So I was gonna go most improved. I want to get at like 5 more games.
Most improved player?
Yeah.
I think that's easy though, in my opinion.
Who?
Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is the most improved player. I'll even go as far as to say this: if they would have known Jaylen Brown is what he is,
They knew Jaylen Brown was.
No. I'm saying you knew how good he could be. I didn't.
Was Jaylen Brown at Cal?
What?
Yes.
Jaylen Brown wasn't. No, I'm saying Jaylen Brown didn't play as good as he's playing now. He didn't play like this last year.
Well, he didn't, but
not last year.
He also was a defensive specialist.
Yeah,
true. So
that's what Brad Stevens asked of him.
What I'm saying is this: is that if you would have known you were going to get this out of Jaylen Brown, would you have gone after Gordon Hayward?
Yeah,
I wouldn't. If I would have knew I was going to get this out of Jaylen Brown, I would have put this money toward Paul.
That's your sixth man of the year. I ultimately, when I'm building a team, I want those vets and I want those stars now to be a contender.
So then you would have had
Paul players to build our next generation, and also our bench. This bench is going to be deep for very cheap.
For a long time.
For the low.
Yeah.
They're going to get it for these rookie contracts. They're going to have a deep bench. They ultimately have a rookie in Tatum.
Yep.
Who I told y'all 2 years ago I saw the lightest 40 points put up.
Yeah.
By Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
And Jaylen Brown. When they drafted him, I said that's a walking bucket too. Now I knew it would be early on. He would have some trouble transitioning, just like Alonzo Ball or some people like the speed of the game and things like that. But I know ultimately that this year and next year he's going to take another big step.
I'm all for that. Yeah. I think he's easily the most improved player that I've seen so far.
Yeah, I would agree at this point. One other thing, just want to get into. Let's look at 2 stat lines, and I just want y'all to tell me what y'all think. First one is 15.8
points,
5 points a game, 5 rebounds a game, and 4.7. So we'll round it up to 5. 5 assists a game.
All right, 15, 5, and 5.
15, 5, and 5. And on the other side, one second. 18.9, so we'll round that up to 19. 5.5, round that up to 6.
Boards?
Yes.
Okay.
Assist 4.8, we'll round that up to 5. Who you taking?
So you're talking about 19?
19 again?
So it's 15, 5, and 5, and 19, 5, and 4?
6 and 5.
Oh, 19, 6, and 5. I mean, well...
But that's just numbers.
So the first one is in the West. They're 10 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is in the East, and they're a little above 500.
Because that 14, depending on what they do on the court, is an intangible.
That's tough. I mean, but if you're talking about just the stats, of course you're gonna. You're
gonna go 19.65.
Yeah, I mean, because he's giving you 3 more points, he's giving you 1 more possession, and same amount of assists, just about.
First one, Jimmy Butler. Second one, Chris Middleton.
Okay,
well,
but
Butler's in a hard spot because he's used to being the 1 and he's a 3 over there.
I mean, because and then you because you could do the same thing with Paul George's numbers from last year and then this year. You playing in a totally new system. You're not the guy. You're not the first or the second option. You're not.
I ultimately just pointed that out because I just wanted. I've always said to y'all.
You've always been down on Jimmy Butler.
We've
always been a Chris Middleton guy.
Yeah, that's true.
And what
too.
he does.
Yeah.
On both ends of the court and they're not being acknowledged.
But here's the thing that you didn't point out. Chris Middleton is not shooting well.
Chris Middleton had a 43-point night.
He did
2 weeks ago.
He did. But efficiency.
He's been forced to facilitate a lot more because of the lack of facilitation from Giannis this year.
Very true. Giannis is out there looking for his
and playing me because Giannis ain't playing it that consistently.
He on his LeBron with the chase down.
He's straight in.
He used to try to lock up. I don't know what he's doing this year.
I like Chris Middleton. I've always thought that he is underrated for what he does. He ain't Jimmy Butler though, dog.
I wouldn't want to be
Jimmy Butler.
I know
Jimmy
you
Butler.
Message.
He got. Man, move on. Move on to the next one.
Jimmy Butler stands. Chris Middleton for MVP.
Yeah, definitely move on after that statement.
Somebody somewhere chanting it.
I guarantee you they from Milwaukee.
Wait till Barry get back. Okay.
Then he definitely gonna see his numbers drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barry gonna cook.
They're gonna be about equal. Him and Butler, but early. but early. Chris Middleton for president. He can replace Trump.
I'm okay with that.
So we kind of touched on it, but I wanted to move into best PG in the East.
And that's easy.
Now it is.
Kyrie.
Wall hasn't played up to expectations.
That's Kyrie.
True. But a couple weeks ago we was arguing about this, and I told y'all Kyrie was gone.
If you give me them two guys head to head, I like Kyrie, but John Wall in DC, as you say, because then we might get Blood Gang J.
He only come out in the playoffs, game 6-7.
Against the Celtics.
It's got to be against the Celtics too. All right, perfect. That lines up.
Maybe the Brooklyn Nets are talking crazy that night.
But the thing about Wall, a lot of variables, you can get under his skin. You can get in his head. Can't do that with Kyrie.
And he doesn't. And so I will say he's come a long way as a shooter, but this year he looks like he looked 2 or 3 years ago.
I think he's pressing.
His shot selection
is he still looking for the bag, or he got his last summer?
He got his
bag.
Yeah,
he got it. Yeah, so it ain't that.
But I think the Beal hooping is making him take bad shots.
Nah, that should help.
So do you think they'll end their career together?
No.
I hope they do.
I hope so.
They
too.
found a way to coexist at this point.
So is it coexisting because they have to, or is it
I
truly?
Think now at this point,
I need
Wall
you.
was
You need
envious
me.
of the bag that Beal got.
Absolutely.
Not realizing I'm getting a bag in 11 months.
You got your bag first,
right? And my bag will be bigger than your bag.
Yes.
But I just need to shut up for a second.
Very
immature.
I hope they do it
because these clowns got 10 points.
I hope they do it. I hope that they stay together because that's a really nice core that you have, and they got the pieces. They just need a bench.
Yep.
Kelly Oubre is hooping too, by the way.
He is.
KU.
Haven't heard a lot from Porter this year.
No, he was. Wasn't he nursing like an ankle or something too, though?
He had like 20 and 10 the other night.
Oh, he did. Who they play?
I forgot.
You think he got the bag syndrome where you got that bag and then
I don't think that ankle injury later increases early in the regular season this year.
Okay,
so I think it's gonna take him a little time.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I
got the bag syndrome. You had to be on some Ben Gordon.
He got the bag syndrome. Right. Yeah, for sure.
Right. Let's just move away from the basketball. Let's talk music.
Okay.
We've had a lot of albums drop in the last 2 weeks, man.
Yes, we have.
We've had a lot of heat drop it really over the last month.
First half of the year, in my opinion, was very whack. There's a couple sprinkles of some nice music here and there.
July, June.
Right, that's a sprinkle.
June, July.
It's called a classic. A sprinkle, man. We got 2 classics this early in the year. 3 classics early in the year.
3?
Ooh.
What? Cause Joey
Badass. Joey
Badass.
Kendrick is not a classic. Kendrick is not a classic.
That's blasphemous, man.
Kendrick is not a classic.
I'm not even going to front.
Kendrick is.
I probably can't name you 3 tracks off Kendrick album.
Why not?
Boom.
I don't know why. I know DNA because that's in the commercials. It was a good album, but I don't know if I can say it's one of the best or a classic.
I think it's overhyped. I thought it was dope. It was good. It was good.
That Kendrick album was smack. And
I think album is B-.
So this is the thing. Like I think Kendrick is like one of our greats. That
so are we so enamored with Kendrick? Whatever he does, is it going to be dope?
No, I think
yes.
That's how we. I was determined not to like this album, and I'm a Kendrick fan. But I think whenever the wave starts, people who don't even understand what they listening to talking about it was great. I don't want to like it. I don't want to like it.
It got hyped up to me.
But I loved it once I listened to it.
It's not a bad album, but if I was to go and think, I probably could put albums on top of that.
Okay, so we think about that album. Is it in your top 3 this year?
No.
It's not in your top 3.
I got a top 3 that y'all probably won't even agree with me that I would say is a top 3.
We talking about rap albums.
That's what I'm... Exactly, absolutely.
Speaking of rap,
no,
her album was better than Rhapsody. Rhapsody.
That's a top
Rhapsody's album was better than Kendrick.
That's in my 5. Okay, so if you had to do your top 5 right now, well, first, let's just talk about. We'll get to Furry next week. We'll get to
Yeah, because I ain't heard Furry yet. I ain't heard Furry
it
yet.
But I'm just gonna tell you it was dope.
Okay.
There's some things that have come out that are doper this year.
Yeah.
In the past couple of weeks, so it's gonna get overshadowed. But Furry did his thing.
Okay.
Furry did his thing. And we'll come back to that next week after you guys got into it.
I'll definitely digest that.
But let's talk about KRIT.
Mm-hmm.
KRIT's album
KRIT
was
right now.
dope.
Okay, so what did you guys think of KRIT's album? Talk me through it.
KRIT's album is what I always expect from KRIT. It's consistency. And it's not straying away from what his formula is. Even though on this album he didn't really produce a lot of the stuff, it still stayed within that kitchen that KRIT's in.
Yeah.
KRIT
and that's a good formula.
KRIT is overrated.
You just saying this for
And I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna explain why. I hated KRIT. Because his portrait was painted, or this narrative was shared with everyone that KRIT is the Southern lyricist coming out. And when I first listened to the first couple KRIT joints, where's the lyricism? I didn't hear it.
Who said
You talking about on this project, or are you talking about when you first introduced to him?
Early on.
Okay.
Very early on.
Now
I'm gonna go and say this: KRIT delivered a dope album this go round.
Yes, he did.
It was dope. But KRIT doesn't give me the bars like that he's supposed to. Like, and I feel like that consistently. Now, I will say that there is a caveat. Like One Train, we'll get. Who had the best verse on One Train? KRIT. I'm going KRIT. I'm going KRIT. And I'm not a KRIT fan. I would probably say KRIT, Danny Brown, Kendrick. That would be the top 3 on One Train.
Danny Brown did snaps on that album.
One Train, I'm going KRIT. I'm going KRIT. It might be Kendrick second, Danny Brown third, or Danny Brown second, and Kendrick third.
So who said that Kendrick was the lyricist though?
No. KRIT. So people,
KRIT,
that's how it was painted to me. The KRIT was the Southern lyricist and the conscious rap of the.
Well, so don't blame KRIT. Blame whoever painted it.
Yeah.
This is
because
KRIT. So then when I would be hearing people talking about KRIT was dropping classics, I never heard a classic from KRIT. I will say
classic
this is a
song or classic album. Okay. I'll say
Never
that. I'll say that. I still don't think KRIT has a classic, but he got dope joints.
I will say that all those
KRIT got a classic.
He doesn't. I would say this is the closest to it. If you wanted to paint this as a classic, I can live with that.
Okay.
But I will say that I will say that I felt like he's overrated, but I do feel like from this point forward, I will have complete respect for KRIT. And I will tell you the reason why. He got off of Atlantic.
Yeah,
he said that. He says that a lot.
And so now I'm going to give KRIT all the respect that he deserves, because this is truly who KRIT is. He was forced into...
But this album is no different than the other albums.
No, this is This is
my
like
favorite.
Saying Rhapsody's album this year is no different than
no, I'm talking about from KRIT's catalog, not other people's catalogs.
Right. This is like saying, but I'm just comparing. This is just pretty much someone saying that this Rhapsody project is the same.
This is Rhapsody's best album.
This is KRIT's best album.
I agree with that part. I agree with this being KRIT's best album.
Rhapsody, I got a bias for Underground though. What's the name of this album?
Rhapsody delivered greatnys, right?
No, Forever in a Day.
But KRIT and Rhapsody had the same problem. They would go up and down.
Forever in a Day is dope, man.
It was so yeah.
It's cool.
See, KRIT suffers from that David Banner syndrome.
But that's the part that I loved about this. The beginning of this album has got me the closest to AT-Aliens that I've ever felt in a very, very long time. That he was so early outcast on the beginning of this album is that really got me in tune. I really dig the KRIT joint. Not only that, KRIT gave you a full-length album. In the 90s, your album had to be 15, 18 songs.
And that's one thing I respected.
He had 22 joints on there. I mean, I know there was some skits in there, sprinkled in, whatever, but he gave you a full album. All of these 9, 10, 11 track albums, that's whack to me.
I enjoy the 11. If you give me 11 tracks and 10 hit, That's a classic to me. I would rather deal
10
with
out of
that.
11,
I would
yeah,
rather
that's
deal with that
91%.
than 19 tracks and you give me 8 to hit.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Is if it's a classic,
4 skits.
if it's a classic, then 15 of them joints is gonna be. Man, look, when the locks, or when Jada gave you like what 6 skits, but it was still like 25 tracks. Classic.
We are the streets. Anything that had to do with them.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just gonna talk about that. Like anybody who runs with a crew who they drop 2 classics in 1 year. Like you had a rapper on that crew that dropped 2 classics, who dropped 2
DMX
platinum
did
albums.
it. That's
what I'm
another
saying.
one. DMX.
Well, we had Xtra. We had We Are the Streets around that time. We had Rough Riders Volume 1 around that time.
I get a lot of flack for being a DMX fan.
No,
I'm not the biggest DMX fan.
I'm a huge DMX
but I feel
fan.
like it was he tailed off after those first 3 albums.
You know what? I'm a Wikipedia guy, so if I see something on TV, I'm gonna Wikipedia. I Wikipedia X's catalog.
Bananas.
From the Great Depression on, if you look at the tracks, he was still releasing at least 3 singles, and they was all heat.
Yes, the album sales fell off.
Yeah,
the music was dope. I mean, first of all,
I'm not an X fan like that. Man.
I'm a huge X fan.
And this was like last week. I not even know we was talking about X.
And when I just heard this like 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. He was the first person to drop 2 albums in 1 year, and they both sell 500,000 copies the first week.
I think like July and December, something like that.
Crazy. I was like, yo. And now you get a bunch of people dropping 2 albums in a year, but they ain't selling like that.
All right, so we talking about X, and X ain't dropping no new music.
Speaking of large volumes of music,
Chris Brown.
We ain't even went over the 3 records, did we?
Okay, we'll go back. I want to get to Chris Breezy.
I'm with you.
Yo,
KRIT dropped the borderline classic for me. I will say, and I am excited to see what happens now that he's not on Atlantic. I think I'm gonna truly enjoy KRIT going forward.
KRIT definitely dropped a dope album.
You may see more consistency from KRIT, but I think the work, the message, all of that's gonna stay the same.
Yeah, so I'm gonna enjoy KRIT from this point. I felt bad for all my KRIT hate.
You gotta go listen to some Booby Miles or something, man.
Oh,
that's my joint, man.
I listen to everything, but I feel like KRIT is inconsistent to me.
All right, so I'm gonna go in no order. I'm gonna go Cyhi because I just heard that today. But you said the 3. So Cyhi, Rhapsody, and I'm gonna throw Wu-Tang album in there.
Wu-Tang album.
Wu-Tang. Oh my goodness.
The 5 Method Man went off.
5. I haven't got to that album. I haven't listened to it yet.
So the 5 best albums of the year so far.
You're 5.
I got Cyhi. I got Jay. I gotta put Wu-Tang in there.
Yep.
I'm going KRIT. And a lot of people not rocking with it. But Shine. Didn't Shine come out this year?
Shine came out last year.
Wale, Shine came at the end of last year?
Wale?
You talking about the Wale album?
Yeah.
It was cool.
That was this year?
No, that was this year.
That was this year, right?
April.
Okay.
That's Wale? Yeah, Wale, Shine.
Jay-Z, Rap, Wu. Yeah, I'm with you, Aaron.
The Shine album was dope. A lot of people not feeling it. I thought the Shine album was dope. You know what album almost made the cut for me? But it kind of tailed off. It just wasn't enough dope tracks toward the end. Was the Meek Mill Wins and Losses. The first half of that album banged out, and then he kind of just like it's just like he kind of just tossed some joints in there.
Should have been Wins and Losses. Should have been hits and misses.
Meek is nice, but Meek in that vein, he falls into that everything starts sounding redundant.
Yeah,
after a while.
And that's how the end of the album went. That's exactly how the end of the album went. The first like 5-6 tracks, banging them out. I thought it was super dope. But yeah, them would be my 5. But Chris Brown
and a low 6, God Box was dope too. That's David Banner's album.
I didn't hear it.
God Box was nice.
Now,
but I haven't.
I will say that Thought might have had one of the best verses this year.
Oh my goodness!
Yes,
that was. I think I sent it to y'all like a while ago.
You did.
He might have had one of the best verses this year.
My affinity for Black Thought has grown so much over this past, I'd say like year and a half.
He spent a lot of stuff out that wasn't them before.
Hey, that freestyle with him and Meth.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was 7 minutes.
A lot of stuff that Meth had is actually on the album. Though.
Yeah,
it's on.
It's on that album.
Yeah, so that
Meth killed the joints though, man.
Meth killed the whole album.
He had an interview, but I can't remember when it was, when he talked about why he spazzed like that. I may be wrong, but I believe the album was supposed to be a Meth and Mathematics album. That's why he's pretty much on every track.
Yeah, Meth on like 5 or 6, maybe even 7 joints.
Yeah.
Meth and Redman carried that album. They carried that album. Damn. Yo, all together it was still a dope album. Ray had a real dope joint on there. Dang. I can't even remember the joint. I can't even remember the song. I'll have to pull it up.
Wait, they playing tonight? I thought that was Monday. That's tonight. That's right. Dallas got to play Thursday. All right, Chris Brown.
So my 5.
Oh, right. You ain't need to.
That's right, your 5.
Rhapsody 5. Joey Badass. All American Badass 4.
I just started getting into that listening before we started this. It sounded dope.
Cyhi 3. So No Dope on Sundays 3.
It's number 1.
Jay-Z. That album is 2.
This man finna put Kendrick number 1?
Kendrick number 1, man.
Go find a corner. I
think the Cyhi album better than Kendrick.
Cyhi.
Y'all gotta let it marinate, man.
Cyhi's
a slow cooker.
I'm sorry.
This is a microwave world. What are you talking about
albums,
marinating? We want everything quick nowadays.
Man.
Cyhi has the best album of the year. I don't care what drops. We still gotta wait for M album. M's supposed to be dropping this month, right?
Okay, so
December.
So
December.
December.
Get off M's. Never mind.
M is what?
M does not deliver albums that I want to listen to all the way through consistent. Cyhi did.
Cyhi definitely.
Cyhi did.
Okay, so we're not gonna get into the M discussion yet.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to get into it because that trash he just put out this week.
That song was. I don't know what you was looking for. I got out of that without.
You guys see SNL?
I didn't watch it yet.
He performed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still trash.
Yep.
The lyrics are on point.
Introduce it, because some people may not even know. It's the joint that he got with him and Beyonce. It's Walk on Water.
Yeah.
It's
Eminem Walk on Water featuring Beyonce.
I feel like it could have been framed differently.
And Skylar Grey was there doing the hook. When I tweeted out,
wrote the hook.
Yeah, when I said I bet you she wrote it, or it sound like her hook.
It sounds like something she would do.
She did it,
and she did it. And she was very excited about it.
As she should be. I think the song is dope. I think the song is what it was supposed to be. I don't think it was supposed to be any more than just this. It's just a teaser. This is just to get a feel for the masses.
We'll see. I mean, I guess I felt the same way about Cyhi
when he put up that side.
Kanye.
Yeah, that side.
I was really not feeling that. I'm still really not feeling it. But that was just to garner some attention.
Yeah, that's just to put a little feel out.
That's a classic. Instant classic. I'm gonna go as far as to say that. Like,
you just told us to digest it, but now you want to call it an instant classic. Which one is it, B?
It's an instant classic. But I'm just saying, you can't just give it album of the year.
Yes, I can. The year's almost over.
We got
like 40 days.
I listened to it
for the first time
about an hour ago.
We got 40 days.
And it made that much of an impact on me.
Cyhi.
That's a dope album.
No Dope on Sundays. Yo, I had my kids singing that this morning. I was like, I don't know
the babies.
the babies were singing. They was like, No Dope on Sundays. I was like, okay, I gotta turn this off or at least listen on my headphones. But yeah, they was in there singing with me. Yeah, No Dope on Sundays. Definitely the album of the year for me so far. And we'll have to come with something super heavy to stop.
Other thing. Let's go ahead and get into this Chris Breezy. 45 track marathon, man.
Chris Breezy.
How far are you in? Because this is one of those you have to. It takes.
This one you have to digest.
I'm 14. I'm 14 there.
Oh, I'm a little further. I'm like 25 joints in.
I finished it.
But
finished it.
Let me tell you one thing about this Chris album. A lot of reviewers, everything that I heard, even you speaking about it, Brandon, said the first 9 tracks. If you get rid of the first 9 and go straight into it. Heat. So far, where I am, I don't have any skips.
I don't like the first
Okay,
9. They
so
can just
here's
cut them out.
my problem with the way that I listen to it. The first, like, just on the commute from work, I'm on the train or whatever. I listen to my music on shuffle unless I get an album.
Mm-hmm.
I got the album and I forgot to take off the shuffle, so I'm listening to it. I'm just vibing to it, and I don't know the order.
Yeah,
so it's just
okay.
coming. So I don't know the first 9 tracks with the way that I've listened to it. But this Chris Brown album is super dope to me. Here's the reason that I say that. First of all, it's 45 tracks, and the way I break it down, Chris Brown gave you a kilo of cocaine. Catch my drift. Catch my drift. He gave you a key. As an artist, it's so easy to chop this joint up and get 3 or 4 albums. Right?
Absolutely.
And get 3 or 4 albums. That 3 or 4 albums generate more revenue, more merchandise, more touring and all of that. Instead, he just says, "I'm gonna give it to you uncut, just like this. Have at it. Digest this."
But 45 tracks, they give you more streams.
I think it. There was a lot of financial gain.
You gonna get more money off of touring than you will off of streams. Imagine if he would have released these 45 tracks over a duration of 3 years.
Yeah, but I don't think it would.
Or 2 years.
Like, what do we know? What's the wave going to be in 2 years? We don't know. That A1 production may not be the wave.
And it can also be the hype of, yo, y'all heard that Chris Brown, there's 45 tracks on there.
That's true. Who's to say that this wave is going to be dead in 2 years?
Yeah.
Hey, can we say that the sound of R&B?
You don't like 808s.
Can we say the sound of R&B has changed that much over the last 2 years?
I will say the one thing I wasn't feeling about it was all of the common sampling that he did. Like all the songs that were hits previously that he sampled.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
That was probably the biggest knock, but he put his own spin on.
That's what I like.
And that's what I was okay with. I would say Cyhi did a lot of that too.
He did.
His production was so clean.
It really was.
Yeah. I will say that I felt like there were certain points where I wanted to skip just to not
get to the next
that
joint.
I heard or hear a sample that I've heard 8 million times. Like, because I'm more so talking through samples. Like, y'all know I'm old school.
Right.
I'm like, oh, this from this album, and they cut this up on this track, and I'm going. Like,
so then you end up wanting to go back and listen to the original instead of
instead of this. Yeah. And so I hate feeling like that, but I still had to acknowledge like what it was. It was dope.
45 tracks. If
I cut the first 9, but I think after that I probably might skip 2 or 3 songs.
That's good. So if you talking about you take 11 out of 45, you taking 11 off.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah. So that's at 34 tracks, man.
If you got to grade it, what do you give it?
34. On the 5 mic scale,
yeah,
I give it like a 4.
4? That's solid.
That's solid. Very solid.
Scale. On a 5 mic scale, I give it 4. What would y'all give? Speaking of mics, what would y'all give the Cam on a 5 mic scale?
Cam is back to talking that talk.
Cam
sounded 04
to the year of 1998, 99, 2000. Driving in the Chevy Celebrity, going to undergrad.
Yo,
this was like I saw Red, White, and Blue Dipset all over again.
Yes,
I saw Red, White, and Blue.
This is
Cam and Cam's
this
song.
Had that that purple haze.
This is 02 to 04 Cam.
Yep,
this was
Blaze touched like this.
Was the Blaze joint that he did have on there.
Yeah.
Bananas. Yo, Cam definitely did his thing. Cam talking that talk. I like the fact that he talked to he really let go with a lot of stuff on this. He got at Mace. That was He touched on the Mace stuff a little bit.
He always coming at Mace.
He does, but he gave him
a 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 second spot on TV. Gonna talk about Mace.
Yo, he gave Mace the business on this,
and I like that it was Cam, wasn't feature heavy.
Nah,
it was Cam and some obscure people that
some people don't know. Yeah, but he could have brought the whole New York out on this joint, and they would have loved it. He got Don Q on there.
Did y'all mess with the new Dip single?
Yeah, I heard it, but I haven't broken it down to. It's nice though, him and Jimmy.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That's what
Jimmy's on it.
Yeah.
They squashed that.
They supposed to have stuff the first quarter.
Yeah,
Okay.
From what I've read.
That's love.
Joel's the
I would love that if the production.
Heatmakers did the production.
Heatmakers did the production.
That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah.
That's all that. Yeah, it's 04.
So those, I got like 3 anticipators. This Dipset album, whenever it dropped, I want to hear what M has to say.
Definitely want to hear what M has to say.
And I don't know how y'all feel about this last cat.
Cuddy.
Nope. T-Pain.
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 I listen to T-Pain.
T-Pain.
But it's no. I mean, I'm definitely waiting on the M. It's no album I'm anticipating more than Escobar Season. Give me more Nas. The last joint he gave us was
good.
absolutely classic.
Yeah.
Nas hasn't had a miss in a very long time.
In a
He
very,
hasn't.
very long time.
So then you would think he would take more
Hip Hop
shots.
is dead.
Hip-Hop is dead.
Life
Untitled.
is good.
What's the Untitled joint?
Untitled was cool. I liked it, but it wasn't on the level of. I felt like whenever he has a story to tell,
Yeah.
or he done been through something, Nas is untouchable.
When is
He
the last,
hasn't really had
when is the last miss? When
To
would you
me,
say?
his last miss probably was Nostradamus. But Nostradamus grew on me as I got older.
I like Nostradamus over time.
Yeah, it grew on me as I got older.
But I got, you know what? I was younger at the time,
Yep.
so I got it later than everyone else. But when I
Yeah.
got it,
Well, that's a lot of Nas
even
for
when
me.
he throws together stuff like Lost Tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost Tapes was my favorite Nas project for a period in time. Like, it was so well put together when you think about like do-rags and all of that stuff on it.
That
Like, it
was,
was
yeah.
so well put together to be thrown together like that.
And that's what I felt about Nostradamus, because you coming off of I Am. Then the track that you dropped, I mean, when I heard the joint was genuine, I was like,
He was,
but it grew on me.
He was
It grew on
Esco.
me.
He was Esco.
It grew on me.
But definitely, that's the one that I'm anticipating the most. I need Escobar Season. I definitely waiting on the Pusha album, even though it sound like Ye.
Ye's doing all the
Yeah, I was about to say Ye just pushed that back for us, because at one point he said, "Oh yeah, I'm done, whatever." So we thinking the album is done, and then all of a sudden now Ye is doing the production on it all, which I'm cool with.
And that's what we need to see. We need to see Ye doing that, getting back on that production grind, man.
And I'm cool with that. I'm definitely good with that. I just want, I won't push. I want the M album, but I don't want nothing more than I want this Nas. When we get this Nas album, I'm definitely playing that.
So is that single he got with Badu, is that gonna be on now?
I don't know, because I mean he didn't sprinkle a few joints out, you know, here and there with what's the joint that he had when Swiss when Swiss and with the beat battle, Swiss and Just Blaze did the
I don't
beat
know
battle.
what the name of it was, but it's that track that they hadn't put out yet.
Right,
Like,
that one
nobody
wasn't
knew
released.
about.
He did another one called Escobar Season.
Yeah,
That one that they did actually put out.
yeah.
You know, so he got a bunch of stuff that I could just imagine that he got some stuff that's coming out. That's gonna be nice. I'm waiting on that.
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna drop something dope, man. Like I think I look forward to Nas albums more than anybody in the game. Like just because I know what we're getting.
Yeah.
Everybody else, you're looking the anticipation. The hype may not meet what the actual product is.
Yeah.
You know, like Magna Carta, Holy Grail. Like when Jay dropped something, like I wasn't even that excited this go round until I actually started to play the album.
Yeah.
As soon as I hit play, I was like, yo, we've been, you know, as soon as I gave up on Jay, because like I had gave up after Magna Carta, I was like, he's
Gave
done.
up?
I gave up. I was like,
That's
he's done.
heavy.
From an album perspective, not like he can't spit no more. He's not gonna give us dope.
Of
work,
course,
but he
but
don't need to put
still.
out no more projects.
But when he a heavy,
because it
when you
seems
a
like
heavy,
whenever
you
he
never
goes
give
away
up
for
on
a while, and it's like he don't care. When he's got so many ventures going, Kingdom Come was like that to me.
yeah, but
Now people
that
talk
was,
about they liked Kingdom Come. I still don't.
Nah,
like
Kingdom Come still not dope.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad album, but it's not. Jay set the precedence for himself to be up here, and then when you got Kingdom Come, it was very underwhelming,
Yeah.
especially with the hiatus that he had.
Yeah.
So I understand that.
Yeah.
But to say I could never give up on somebody who I look up to like that.
Yeah.
If you a heavy in the game, like heavy, then I can't give up on you.
Yeah.
I don't care how bad the last
Yeah.
album was.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. But I feel like with Nas, I don't ever feel that way. Like when I know Nas is coming, I know it's gonna be dope. Like True. I can't wait
and
for Nas to come through. Like it's gonna be hot, you know. So that's how I ultimately feel. Is like when Nas comes through, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be fresh. When Jay was coming, I wasn't that excited because Magna Carta and Holy Grail was trash. So like as an album to me, like I use the term trash, like, and I mean it like in my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's. I don't think it was trash. It definitely was. It was Kingdom Come 2. It was Kingdom Come 2.0.
It was. I just want to get the bag. That's all. It was.
You think so? Cause Jay gonna get the bag regardless. Jay is Jay.
It's an easy bag. Who doesn't want an easy bag? Like they told you right now, you could just, all right, you just go drive downtown and stay for 2 hours, right? $600. Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
That's an easy. That's a toss. That's a softball.
Yeah.
Underhand toss. Like that's an easy bag. So I don't. I will say this: going into the next year, I'm excited. But I'm always excited for Nas.
I'm with you.
There's never a moment that I'm like, Nas may not deliver.
Yeah.
I expect
with Jay now, I can do with or without like another Jay-Z album.
A whole project.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm. Not even saying like he's reached a certain height. I don't want to hear drug use Jay-Z no more. And what else can he do outside of 444 to top that?
I mean, okay, so look, the stages of Jay has changed, but he can always tap back into what he's capable of.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear that from Jay-Z no more. Jay-Z is 47, 50.
Don't matter.
We needed to hear from Jay-Z. We got to hear from Jay-Z.
So if Jay-Z doesn't drop another album, I'm fine. If that was his last album on his catalog,
the last time that he jumped on some drug stuff was Drug Dealer Anonymous. That track was bananas.
Give it to me in features. I don't want to hear the album.
Okay.
I agree.
I guess
Jay Electronica me to death.
Man, Jay Electronica need a project. At this point, where is Jay Elect? You talk a lot of Jay Elect, and when Jay Elect drop anything, usually it's a feature, and it's usually dope. But when is the last time we had Jay Elect anything? Yeah.
Like
this is how the same way you feel about Russell Westbrook is how I feel about Jay Elect.
Okay,
super
Jay
dope. But
go ahead. And Andre can come and go as they please.
Okay, Andre.
If you have a baby with Badu, you can come
Andre.
and go as you please.
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
I don't want to. That's all. If you have a baby with Badu, you come and go as you please.
Comment, yes. Andre, yes.
Anybody.
Because they didn't drop classics already.
So think about it like this.
You can't have a classic feature, dog.
The amount of what they put out. Do you really need a Jay Electronica
I'm saying you can't have a career built off of classic features.
Why not?
But do you need a Jay Electronica album right now? Why do you need a Jay Electronica album?
For me to say Jay Electronica is going to be anything, that man is stuck. Hey, that was a nice run. For me to say Jay Electronica is a heavy, I can't call him that. When we do our
drops is always heavy.
It is, but dog, you can't just be sometimes he with me.
You got a bad Jay Elect version with no
He can't be sometimes with you.
Right? Yeah, you can't be. Come on, man.
You can't be like a McRib.
Yeah, right. It's like it's seasonal, dog.
So you don't want a Chris Tucker actor?
Nah,
man. Drop a jewel film every now and then.
You the red Canadian dry ginger ale that come out only seasonal. That's you.
It's classic.
It is.
It's classic. That cranberry joint classic.
But I love it. But
I will say this: I think that we get Jay Elect in small doses, like a shot here and there. You ain't gotta drink the whole bottle, man. I'll take the shot here and there. And that's how I feel like about Dre. Like when Three
Don't
Stacks,
get me started on him.
When Three Stacks comes,
okay. You
talking
about Andre?
I'm not talking
about
about Detox.
Yeah.
This man that died from substance abuse already. Detox ain't
never coming out.
Yeah, but like when I get those small doses, that's all I need. As long as it's dope. Now, if you start dropping bad features, I'm gonna find Jay.
I give him that.
If he stopped dropping bad features,
he never dropped.
But I'm gonna tell you, like one of my boys' cousins told me, the body of work is there. And when I really went and picked through it, I'm like, yeah. If I look at, I
I would rather have no misses and not have an album than have a whack album.
If I don't get a J-Leck album, I wouldn't be mad.
I would.
Really?
If I don't get another Andre album, I wouldn't be mad. Because what they've done in that small sample size,
but here's the difference. The difference with not ever getting another Andre album, my man's just broke that. That was nasty.
I almost picked him up in fantasy too.
Yeah. So not getting another Andre album is different because Andre doesn't tease you with saying, "Hey, I'm going to release a body of work. I have a project coming for you," the way J-Elect does. J-Elect has been teasing us with possible projects. Oh, they gonna call him down? He was down.
I don't even know that. I mean, J-Elect has been teasing us, okay, but J-Elect delivers every time he spits.
If he drops, he drops. If he
just like Andre, but Andre is not. Andre is out here telling you that there's not gonna be another Outkast album. I'm not gonna do another album. Dre defeats all of that. So then when you hear Andre on the track, it's just like, oh man, we got Grace with an Andre verse. He ain't even supposed to be doing that.
In on that age though, so I don't. It's not like Jay Electronica is 22 years old.
That's true. Yeah,
like, he's young and hungry.
Yeah.
Like this man have been homeless. This man did everything.
So I'm cool with you just giving me one. If you give me one and you out the game with just one, then I'm good.
What if he delivers a Craig Mack or something, man? And then just gone.
But then you talking about the body of work. If that's the case, you shouldn't expect him to give you a Craig Mack.
Biggie got Craig Mack up out of here, man.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
Big got Craig up out of here.
Yeah.
So what else we got?
So I wanted to get into college basketball.
All right.
Started this season. So what do you guys think of just what do we have? The State Farm Classic. We got to see all the big time teams have played at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Who wins it all this year? And who are your teams? I guess you can see going to the Final Four.
My team has not changed since
Your team is in there.
2003.
Always going to be in there.
My team is Kansas. KU. They look. I didn't like the game against Kentucky. I thought we really looked like we missed Preston. They let a lot of rebounds go, a lot of offensive rebound. I think we looked soft in the interior of that game. But the guard play with Newman and Devontae Graham, Mikhailuk looked like he's got a lot more confidence shooting the ball this year. I'm going Kansas as I always do. I'm biased. Kansas looks good. UCA looks good. I know we talked about Jalen Hands earlier. That dude looks like he just controls the game so well.
So do you got chalk going into the Final Four?
I got chalk winning it every year.
No, I'm talking about
but
chalk across your 64. So you got the same four that we've known.
What's the other three? If you had to pick a Final Four, like 4 teams that you think would be your 4 best teams right now.
That's tough. It's so early in the season, but I would go Kansas, UCLA. I want to say Duke because of the way that they played really smooth. What was that, the opening game? Grayson Allen went out for 37 or something like that. I haven't had any chance to watch Missouri yet. So I want to see what Michael Porter Jr. looking like. But so I would go Duke, Kansas. Michigan State still looks really good.
Michigan State looks good.
And I'm going to say UCLA.
Michigan State is overrated. Miles Bridges struggles to get his own shot on because the cats around him aren't playing at that level.
We'll see, because that's the reason he came back.
Yeah. But he's another one. I think that team is overrated just because of how many players they brought back. Because players aren't as great as what people think they are. I've seen them play since forever. They gotta
show that though. They haven't showed that.
Jackson's gonna be a killer, but I think it's gonna take them another year to develop, and Bridges will be gone by then.
Fair enough.
But so you picked Kansas, Duke, Kansas, UCLA. Who else?
Duke and what was my fourth? Kansas, UCLA, Duke, Michigan State.
Michigan State.
Yeah. Kansas, Duke, Michigan State. I'm torn between this fourth. I want to say Kentucky, but I know it's not. It may not be Kentucky.
Kentucky won't be there. There's no point.
It's not going to be Kentucky.
There's no point guard play. and they don't. The chemistry isn't there. Cal takes a while to get the chemistry together. I think
let them get 16 games under
Self. When I think about Self and Coach K and what they do with the new young talent every year, they do an excellent job. What I think it takes Calipari to like 20 games in before they start clicking, and a lot of times they miss big opportunities or they don't see their next big game to the tournament because the SEC tournament.
I want to, but that would be nice. We might be able to say it next year.
Decade.
But, in a decade. You know what? Who I got on the outside, just barely on the outside looking in. I might almost want to take off either Michigan State or UCLA. Arizona.
I was thinking Arizona.
So
I was thinking Arizona.
Let me give my 4 before y'all talk about my.
All right, go ahead.
Duke will be there. They have the best player in college basketball.
Marvin Bagley. Yep, I'm with you on that so far. Michael Porter Jr. I don't know.
It's just a hip injury. He'll be back.
Yeah,
he'll kill. Arizona will be there. Villanova and Wichita State. Villanova and Wichita State.
And you know, I haven't seen Nova play yet, but I know they brought a lot of talent back.
They're greedy, and Jalen Brunson's going to carry them.
Who?
Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
He's one of the they all finalists, but he's one of the favorites for the when they got him rated number 1 point guard.
Yeah, as he should be.
He controls the game. I will say Duval is going to take Grayson Allen to that next level. Grayson trying to play point last year was a bad experiment.
Really bad. And it showed.
Yeah. In pockets, he should play point. But he's not a point guard. But Duval is letting that boy eat. Duval is such a great and poised point guard. Hands. He really is another young one. One guy y'all haven't talked about, he's in Oklahoma. Trey at Oklahoma. Him and Sexton. I
have yet to see Sexton play, but
all the 5 point guards I just named right now. That's all I watch.
I saw Sexton, and we talked about it in McDonald's.
That's the game that made me really open my eyes to him. I started following him super heavy after the McDonald's All-American game. Nobody, I don't care who. I'm talking about every other kid who was on the floor. Nobody played both sides of the ball as well as he did during that game.
Sexton is the point guard. The point guard version of Kobe.
I can see
with the ability to facilitate.
My man had like 4 or 5 steals and like 3 more deflections in that first half. Avery Johnson got him one day.
I think last year I kept telling y'all like Sexton is the, and when y'all finally saw it,
Avery Johnson, and he got the right coach. Avery Johnson got a good point guard, and Sexton got the right coach to take him to the next level.
But we'll find out early with this new Portland tournament. They got a lot of. We'll find out.
It's not gonna take long.
The Phil Knight joint.
We'll find out.
That's gonna be fresh. I'm ready for that.
So that'll be a good tournament.
Anybody see Justice League?
I have not.
Me neither.
Justice League. No.
Didn't hear too many good reviews.
Well, the people I seen who said and spoke on it, it was like it was okay, it was good, but I don't know. That's not really high on my list.
Nah.
Superhero joints ain't really high on my list. They entertaining to a certain extent, but
I can get them DVD, HBO, and I'm fine.
There you go. Yep, I'm just like that. That's me all day.
Okay. So we pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover today. I think we've already talked through who's most slept on albums of the year are. But I think when we get to the end of the year, we'll just have everybody rate like their top 10. Top 10 albums, and we'll just make that the end of the year episode.
Sound good to me. I like that.
We'll just throw that out there.
Got a future episode coming.
Any other things you guys wanted to discuss? Any other topics? Anything you wanted to play?
We're about 2 hours in.
Man, I'm just glad we finally got this off the joint. Let me tell a story real quick about how long this podcast has been coming. So, B brought the idea to us like mid 2016, something like that. Like, yo, we should start a podcast. You don't think so?
It probably, that was mid 2016. It was mid 2016.
It was like, yo, we should start a podcast, and we was just like, yeah, that should sound like a good idea. That's definitely something we should do. And we never jumped it off. And then finally, just the fact that we sitting in here finally doing it, I'm happy for that. We finally got one under the belt. Let's tag this though. Let them know how they can reach us. Let them know how we can make all of this happen?
Oh, definitely. So a few places you can reach out to us at. We do have extramilesauce@gmail.com. So if you'd like to email us with anything, any topics or things that you'd like to talk about.
No E, just XTRA.
XTRA, right. Same way on YouTube. Extra Mile Sauce Podcast. If you put in Extra Mile Sauce, we should always come up. Same thing on Twitter. We are Extra Mile Podcast. So at Extra Mile Podcast. No spaces, no underscores. So yeah, you can get at us any of those ways. And if you interact with us on any of those pages, then we'll get back with you within that same day.
Definitely, yeah. If you mess with us as individuals or as a group, whatever, man, just reach out, show love. We definitely gonna respond back. We looking to gain a following. If any of this interests you, man, you know, the hoops, the sports, the current events, any of that, follow along with us, man. This journey is new to us. Just ride with us, man. We'll make it all, you know, a new experience for all of us.
I'm good.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a
Close
wrap.
up shop.
All right.
First one under the belt.
All right.
Appreciate it.